What does Lil Uzi Vert, Nike, and a mass suicide have in common? Find out right now, only by cooking with the kitchen. Follow us on Instagram at We Don't Cook Food. What's up, guys? Welcome back for another episode. You already know what's going on. It's freshly cooked, straight from the kitchen, bringing you the facts. Now, in case you're wondering why we've got Lil Uzi Vert playing in the background, let's get started for you. Now, this all started about 2 weeks ago when Uzi changed his Instagram avatar to a picture of Marshall Applewhite, this creepy looking guy right here. Now, the reason all this ties in and why it's relevant to what we do and why we're always cooking is because um, this all has to tie in with a pair of sneakers that haven't been in production since the 90s. They're called the Nike Decades. You can check them out right here. Nike started producing these around 1980s, 1990s. It was a low cost sneaker. And just to go in a little bit further, why it's really relevant, and just to kind of tie it all back into this. So, yesterday on, let's see here, looks like it was July 31st, 2018, in case you're watching this later. Uzi posted this on Instagram yesterday, an album cover called Eternal Atake. Now, a little bit more about that creep. Now, Marshall Applewhite was a co-founder of this little cult or religious sect, whatever you want to call it, called the Heaven's Gate cult. Now, this picture I'm about to throw up right now, definitely take a look at how this logo looks because it's going to be relevant a little bit later. So definitely take a good look at it. But anyway, about this little guy, Applewhite, he was a co-founder of the Heaven's Gate cult. Wikipedia classifies this as a UFO religious-based Christian new religious movement. Now, that's definitely a mouthful. You can kind of see how these guys were going to be crazy. But he went ahead and started this cult with Bonnie Nettles, who he met in a psychiatric hospital. And the whole aim was something about they had prophesied some kind of vision, and the whole goal was to leave the earth safely with Applewhite, leading this mission. And all in all, they went through. They were able to amass a lot of people. When all was said and done, we ended up with 39 members, including Applewhite, killing themselves in what is considered a mass suicide on March 26, 1997. Now, this was led by Applewhite after a change of plans. Bonnie Nettles ended up passing away a couple years before that, and so Applewhite had a new plan for all of the members that were still following. Now, mind you, at this point, all of these people are essentially homeless. They've had to quit their jobs. Men have been castrated to void themselves of any kind of urge for sexual impulses, anything like that. So, he had really brainwashed them into subscribing to whatever kind of agenda he had. Now, unfortunately for them, or maybe it was a good thing for them, but they ended up taking their lives, all 39 of them, Applewhite included. Just based off of Wikipedia, it states here that they all had to consume a phenobarbital cocktail mixed with applesauce before washing it down with some vodka. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's not the tastiest combo. But anyway, when they were found dead, all of these bodies had a square purple cloth draped over them. And the reason, again, why this is all relevant is that all 39 members were wearing the same black shirts, the same black sweatpants, and you guessed it, Nike Decades. Now, I did a little bit more research for you guys, and I found an article by a soul collector, and they ended up speaking to Mark and Sarah King. Now, Mark and Sarah King are two former members of the Heaven's Gate cult, and they had this to say about why the actual Nike Decades were chosen. They said that Applewhite basically picked them because they were looking for something that was affordable, that also looked good. So Applewhite ended up telling them that the reason that they chose the Decades were based on their look and being able to get a good deal on them in bulk. Now, as you guys could possibly see from the thumbnail, the prices right now for pairs, because they haven't been in reproduction for over 20 years, are pretty outrageous. With that one pair being worth over $6,000, that's kind of crazy, but I guess to the right fan, it's worth it. But Now, just to kind of talk about that image that we had thrown up earlier that was related to the Heaven's Gate cult, the reason why this all kind of ties into Uzi again is because just yesterday, Uzi went ahead and posted a picture, this picture right here on his Instagram, that's very similar to, and very influenced by the Heaven's Gate cult logo. Now, you guys can definitely see it right here. And I don't know. What do you guys think? Is he right for, using that as an influence, or do you think that he's just kind of reaching or just trying to be edgy? Because people are definitely on him about his comments that I'm sure we've all seen. Um, I went ahead and I posted the link for the eBay description, or excuse me, the eBay listing in the description box below. Now, before I cut it off, the only news that I was able to find in regards to Nike and their comments regarding this was in 1997 when a company spokesperson named Jim Small made an announcement simply stating that the Heaven's Gate incident was a tragedy and that it had nothing to do with Nike. Now, I don't know about you guys. I know they were definitely trying to save face after 39 people were found flexing in Nike decades. But what do you guys think? Does this change the way that you listen to Uzi because of his influence with the Heaven's Gate cult and Applewhite, or are you going to try to get yourself a pair of decades? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, thank you for cooking with the kitchen. Give us a follow on all platforms at We Don't Cook Food, Instagram We Don't Cook Food. Take it easy, guys. Peace.